Hey guys, today was another good gym session, work, everything. I like to focus on one piece of scripture when I gym and try and memorize it as best as I can. And today I was really kind of struck by Deuteronomy 8 verse 5, which just the word humble kind of stuck out for me, because I was in a place like the gym. You always are looking at yourself, or others are looking at themselves to better yourself, but I kind of like to focus on scripture and really hone in on God during that time as well. And Deuteronomy 8 verse 5 says, "And he humbled you, causing you to hunger, then feed you with manna, which neither you nor your ancestor knew of, to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord." Now, my take is purely that God is now speaking about the chosen people in the wilderness for 40 years, and he's put them into the wilderness for 40 years to teach them how to just depend on God alone, not to depend on any of their own ways, not providing for themselves, solely to depend on the Lord himself. And this is where the people are hungry. I mean, they have no means to food. They are going to Moses. They are asking Moses, "Please ask God, we need food." And Moses is going to God and he's saying, the people want bread, they want bread. And God sends them manna, which is basically a seed, and which they have no clue what to do. But God, that's how God works. He sends us like a seed, which you then take and grind it down, and then all of a sudden you have flour, which you can make bread of. So it's insane how God knows exactly what you need, but he'll give you the first little seed of something, and then it's up to us to take that seed to further, to then produce bread, or then to produce a great business idea, or the next step onwards. He's not going to reveal everything to us, because if God revealed everything to us from the start, most of us probably wouldn't even go through it, because you would see all the trials and tribulations that you'd have to jump through or go through to get to the end result. And if that's the case, most of us probably wouldn't even do it, because you'll be like, man, I'm going to fail probably 6, 7, 100 times, whatever it may be, just to get to the end result. So he humbles us, and that's a very important part, is coming to God and Jesus, humbling yourself at thy feet. You know, Jesus says in Matthew, whoever wants to follow me needs to deny himself, pick up his cross, and follow me. So we see it often, humbling thyself. The name means nothing. John the Baptist says, you know, my name means nothing. It's what I say, it's what I do that means everything. You know, when we do acts of kindness, don't seek the recognition, just do it in the name of the Lord, or do it for Jesus, as if Jesus was there. You know, if I often tell my son that, imagine Jesus came right into this room now. You know, you'd let go of being cool, you would let go of being arrogant, strong, all those things, because he is almighty. He is stronger than us. You know, he has no limitations to what his power is, or his love. We have limitations, you know, and the moment we can strip ourselves of that pride, you know, going to the gym, for me, I feel like it's a great place where I can step in, where there is a lot of self-pride there, and I try strip away my pride and focus purely on my daily scripture, which is, like I said before, is the armor of God. You know, I put that on daily. I try memorize it, because that's how I fight my sin. That's how I get rid of my self-pride. Whenever I'm there, I try humble myself. Yes, I'm growing stronger. Yes, I'm feeling good. But I'm ultimately using that to face my sin and to get rid of it by not having that self-pride, by focusing on the Lord in there, by fighting my sin with scripture. And I cannot stress it enough, like how important it is to dive into scripture, memorize it. You know, like I'm saying memorize, but you know, years of playing rugby and stuff, my memory is not the best either. And I'm sure there's people that can name scriptures like this. For me, it takes a whole hour or 45 minutes of gym session to get a verse into my head. But you know, once it's there, I'm there, and it's another piece of tool or arsenal for me to use. So I'll say it again, you know, Deuteronomy 8 verse 5. And he humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then feed you with manna, which neither you or your ancestors had known, to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from God, the mouth of the Lord. Stuff that one up a little bit, but that is what it says. You know, humble yourself. He will humble you. So, and then depend on him. He will feed you. If you trust in the Lord and have faith, He will definitely feed you. There's not a moment that goes by that bread won't be on your table if you fully trust in the Lord. And yes, you might have a momentarily phase where you are hungry, but He will know when He needs to feed you. And spiritually wise, we will be fed as well, you know. Just don't give in to the flesh, but that's another topic. This is the first video. I know that it will get better. So stick around and we will be on a journey. Hope you guys find some type of comfort or words that might help you. And yeah, blessed be you on your journey. Thank you.